So, welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Cornerstone Boxing Academy. And with me now, I've got Emma Dolan. How you doing, Emma?
Hiya, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Really good. Yeah, what a great start already.
Yeah, we're doing all right. 4 fights, 4 wins, so we're doing okay.
Yeah, can't grumble at all, mate. Can't grumble at all. But where did it all begin for you then, Emma? As I say, down the road in good old Norwich.
Yeah, started off in Dereham Boxing Club. My brother used to go there twice a week, and I was sort of at home and wondering where they were going sort of every Tuesday and Thursday. So I tagged along. I was a bit shy, so I went and watched a few sessions. And then my first boxing coach, Steve Garner, he sort of pulled me around the side and like took me on his hands, like on the pads and that, and I loved it. And that was it then. Like they say, once you put the gloves on, you never take them off, and that was it. Just loved it from the age of 9, and I'm 24 now, so I've been doing it longer than I haven't been doing it.
Yeah. And well, just instant love, was it?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. I've never done anything like it. Like I've always been quite athletic as a kid and that, but I think I struggled with team sports because you know you got to rely on other people, haven't you? Whereas I
Yeah.
always running and cross country, but as soon as I started to get into my boxing, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. It's sort of a team sport, but in a different way, isn't it? You've
Yeah,
you've kind of got the guys building you up and getting you to where you need to be, and then it's you putting the
yeah,
plan into action, isn't it?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's just you and the other person in the ring when it's all said and done. So yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah. Before we get into your career, who's tougher then, you or your brother?
Oh me, he don't box no more. He's give up. He goes out drinking with girlfriends and that. He's got no interest in it anymore. So I reckon he's more naturally talented than me, but I think my lungs would hold up a little bit better than his now.
So is it literally your brother would? So if you get to say world level, which is where you want to be heading,
Yeah,
um, your brother's going to go. Well, yeah, I introduced her into it.
yeah. Well, I mean, we've always had boxing in the family. All my uncles, my dad's brothers, and that boxed, and like my dad's been in and out of gyms and stuff, and like my uncle's boxed as amateurs and stuff. So it's always sort of been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just my brother started going training, and then it wasn't even such boxing. He could have been going to BMX or tennis or anything, but because I felt left out, I wanted to go, and it happened to be boxing. And I just fell in love with it.
Yeah. Well, and it shows on your record already, as we say, 4 fights, 4 wins, 1 knockout. You had your debut on the 17th of September 2021.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, against, that's a good old name, Nicole Goldsmith Ryan, and you got first round TKO.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Couldn't have had a better debut, to be honest. We're both on debut, and so I didn't really know a lot about her. I know she had a few amateur fights. She won the Celtic Box Cup and stuff like that. So I was going into it in the unknown, and yeah, I think it was COVID. I was out the ring for 2 years, so I was very keen, and I just threw the kitchen sink at her and stopped it within 53 seconds. So yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, just, in a bit of style there.
Uh,
That's it, though, isn't it? Come out, make an impression. As you say, it's even more difficult when you're against someone who's on their debut as well, because there's nothing really to go by. There's no sort of background info. You can only go by, as you say, the box cups and that sort of thing. But what a start, and it's continued from there, isn't it? 5th of November 21 against Claudia Forenzi. I know everyone says it differently, but she seems to box everyone. She's at that level, isn't she? Where
she's a hard old girl, hard
yeah,
life. Yeah, full respect to her.
so that's quite interesting to go from the debut and then into against someone who's got masses of experience. So you've got best of both worlds, haven't you? In 2 fights there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with my amateur experience, I had 49 amateur fights. So, I sort of want to progress at a decent pace. I don't want to sort of be hanging around for too long. Obviously, you need to build into the professional. It's just a different sport, and have a few sort of learning fights and that. But I would like to, speed up the process and get fast tracked a little bit. Because I think, I've done sort of my apprenticeship in the amateurs and, I'm more than knowledgeable enough to push through now.
Do you feel when you were at the amateur level that your style is more of a pro style?
Uh, I think my personality and a bit about myself is more of a pro style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get stuck in, and I like the longer, the more rounds sort of thing. I was a little bit of a slow start in the amateurs, and if there's a 3 rounder and you've lost the first round, it's a bit hard to scrape it back. Whereas now we're like 6, 8s, I can't wait to get into like 8s and 10s because I get like a second win come like the 5th, 6th round, and I can go again then. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to those sort of more rounds and that. I think that will sort my style a lot better, sort of thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Before we go on, then, as you touched on that quickly, everyone talks about the 2 minute rounds. It's a big talking point in ladies boxing at the moment. What do you think about that? Do you think it's now time for the 3 minute rounds, or how do you look at it?
yeah. I think the twos were important when women's boxing first came about, because I think when women's boxing first came about, people wouldn't have the attention span. The general public, not like individuals who like boxing. I just mean the general public wouldn't have the attention span to watch women fight for 3 minutes. So it was 2 minutes. It was a shorter round, and it forced the women to work harder. Till the levels up there now. So I think
Yeah,
we're in a where we can box 3 minute rounds. Because good girls from the amateurs are now turning over in that. And I think the level is there for it to be a 3 minute round sort of thing. I think when it was a 2 minute round, like when Katie Taylor first came on the scene, it was amazing for people to watch because it was so high paced and so everything. It was done within 20 minutes, a world title fight, and it forced the girls to sort of box at a higher pace, which gripped people's attention. So I think it served its purpose. But I think now, if it moved to 3 minute round, I think it would suit a lot of people's styles.
yeah, yeah. No, definitely, definitely. And coming back to you, that's what it's all about. 18th of December 21. You went against my mate Gemma Rueg.
Oh
She's a tough one, isn't she?
yeah, yeah. Gem tough girl. It's a good fight to watch. Yeah, yeah.
So you've had a real mixed bag in your first 3 fights, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and Gemma was a bit unknown at that point because she only had 2 fights herself. So she won one, lost one. So we didn't really know loads about her. But yeah, no, Gemma was a good fight. Enjoyed that. Good scrap.
Yeah, yeah, because you got sort of Gemma that side. You got Beck Connolly, who's very similar sort of style fighter. So they're both sort of leading the way. They don't want to describe themselves as sort of the journey woman of boxing, but
Of journey women, I think they're like not because journey people are in. You need them, but I think
yeah,
they're level that you need like a stepping stone to then get to that next level. I think they're very valuable in the sport, especially at the moment.
yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And to be fair, I don't know a lot about the other one, who's got an even more interesting name. 15th of July 22. I'll let you go with that one.
Amelia, I think her name is something like that. Jamelia or something. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit of weight there. She's a little bit heavier than me. Um, but yeah, no, it was good. I done well. I boxed really well against her, sort of thing. I've done everything but get the stoppage really, so I was quite happy with that.
So when because obviously you've got a fight coming up, I think 16th of December is what you're aiming for around that time. When did you move over to Carl Greaves? Because you've gone under his banner now. Carl, obviously, big known name in boxing, been there, done it all. What a privilege to be under that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I was with Graham Everett in Norwich, and he helped me obviously transition from amateurs to pros. He done that really well, and
Mm.
trained with Carl now for probably about. Well, I first saw him end of August. I sort of went in and just like done a bit of training. So I was up at the Commonwealth Games, so I went to watch the boxing there. And on my way back, because I dropped him a message to see if I could come do some training. And I went there and done a session and then enjoyed it. So then I went back the following week. I sort of went and done that for about 6 weeks. And then like started full time. I got a house up here and started full time with him probably October. So about a month now, full time, 2 months sort of. I've been seeing him though, and yeah, it's great. I'm improving no end sort of thing. So it's building loads to my game, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and as I say, you're only going to go from strength to strength, as you say. Do you know any ideas of who your opponent is for your next fight?
I'm not sure. I think he's still trying to sort one out for definite, but I haven't fought for about 6 months, so it's not going to be like title challenges or anything like that. But it'll be a good fight, to get my arse in gear and push on for a good, productive 2023.
Yeah, and well, as you say, it's that step in the right direction, isn't it? And you want to stay active. You want to keep the fights coming in, And as you say, you had that difficult time prior to your debut of having sort of 2 years with nothing, waiting, chomping at the bit to get in the ring. So now you've got your opportunity. You're taking it. You've got the right management. You've got your training coming in really well. You're happy. You can see you're dedicated. That speaks volume in itself. And it's just great to see more. You're a lot younger than me, so I still call you a girl. Young girls coming into the sport and doing really well, and being picked up by the big names of boxing, like Carl.
Yeah.
Who know their stuff and can guide the girls onto that next level. And is there any? Do you have anyone in particular that you look up to in the female boxing world or the male boxing world?
Oh, I mean, there's loads of male fighters, talented people, but I mean, female boxing wise, got to be Katie Taylor. Like, done everything for women's boxing. She's the reason it is where it is in the amateurs and in the pros. So I think she has to be anybody's idol. She obviously boxed for the Olympic test match, like the amateurs, for it to be like an Olympic sport, female boxing, and she's taken the pro game by storm, and she's the reason why women now can get paid well and it can be exposed and get a bit of attention and that. So she's massive.
Yeah, no, we've got someone coming in here, Jacqueline. I have a bog black surprise for you.
Oh, nice. Wonder what that is.
I'll drop the link in StreamYard, and he's put a laughing face. So, goodness knows anything happens on here. But yeah, as I say, there's obviously some big fights that have happened recently. Obviously with Marshall and Shields, that was a great fight. But the one that everyone's talking about that seems to have really got everyone chatting was Mayer and Baumgardner, which was the absolute storm of a fight. A lot of people had picked different people, looked at the fight in different ways, dissected it. You've got Baumgardner, who's the more attacking fighter. She comes forward, she makes it really awkward. Mayer, the very much standoff, technical boxer, not afraid to have a dust up as well. But I think she tried to stay out of that with Baumgardner. But how did you see that one go?
I thought Mayer was a bit unlucky, to be truthful with you. I had Mayer winning that by a couple of rounds. I watched it back again, so I did prefer Mayer to the Baumgardner. I wanted Mayer to win, so I did watch it again just to make sure I wasn't being biased in the moment. And I give it to her by a couple of rounds, so I thought she's a little bit unlucky there, but that's boxing, isn't it? Hopefully they get the rematch and run it back at some point.
No, well, as I say, I think Baumgardner's looking to sort of shoot off now and go and get the undisputed, which kind of makes you think, did she get away with it?
I can't blame her for that because, I mean, she wants to
That's the dream, isn't it?
Yeah, she wants to make her money, get her belts, and get out, sort of thing. So she's not going to then take another risky fight that she might lose. That's why you got to respect people like George Kambosos and that, like fighting Devin Haney the way he did, and that the lightweights, those belts, the fought like the undisputed. That they've changed holder so much in the last sort of couple of years. They're all fighting each other. You got to respect that. And with the women's boxing, it's like that as well to a certain degree because they have to make the big fights to make the big paydays. So, it is good.
Yeah. And so, Emma, last but not least, what's your ambition? I know a lot of people come in and they say, I just want to have a good career. I want to have the legacy. I being a pro is some people's, ambition, isn't it? And you probably only dreamt of that when you were at amateur level. So you've already sort of achieved one goal. What is your ambition next?
Yeah, I want to be world champion. Like there's, I know you speak to any girl on these interviews at the minute, they all want to be world champion, but there's only so many world title belts. There's a lot, but there's only so many, so they can't all be world champions. But I think with my dedication, the way I am, and my amateur experience and all that, I think I've got all the attributes. Especially now having Carl on the team, it's going to add to my game. Well, it has already, but it's going to add to my game even more in the next couple of years. So I think I do have the ability to, and I've definitely got the determination to. So I want to be a world champion at least. So that's what I want to do.
Well, I can't ask more than that, Emma. I think, as I say, you're dedicated. You can see that, if you've done it from that age, and you've got that fire in your belly for it, and you've got it even more now, because Carl's just going to install that even more and push you even more. And those people bring the best out of people. And like I say, you've had some really interesting fights in your first 4 fights, and it just proves your mettle, really, to be perfectly honest, because there's not many people that would want to go near the likes of Gemma Rueg that early on, that would want to have those tough fights with a journeywoman as well, and to go against another person who's having their debut. It's a lot on the line when you turn pro,
Yourself, I back myself 100%. I'm not an idiot. You're not jumping into fights too early, but I do back myself. So, that wasn't a big thing for me to take those fights. I was quite up for it. So, hopefully, push on next year.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Emma, I tell you, I wish you all the best. I think, as I say, you can just tell you're dedicated, and it's what you want to do and where you want to be. And I hope next year there's some title out there to put round the waist and get going.
Definitely.
Well, Emma, thank you very much. And as I say, if you've enjoyed the video, everyone, make sure you subscribe. I don't know who that was in the comments. You get some interesting ones on here. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Give us your messages below for Emma as well, and let's cheer her on. We've got another girl that's on the up, and from just down the road as well. We like to look after the local ones, and keep up the good work, Emma, and stay in touch, won't you?
Will do. Thank you.
No worries. Take care.
Bye-bye.